GB News host Eamonn Holmes' reaction to Rachel Reeves' lies infuriates fans. GB News viewers were left scratching their heads as presenter Eamonn Holmes voiced his attitude to Rachel Reeves. During a discussion on Breakfast about the fact Nigel Farage is reporting the Chancellor to an ethics committee, the 65-year-old Northern Irish presenter stated, "I could be naive on this, but she didn't look to me as if she was telling lies or deliberately dodging things." His colleague Dawn Neesom, who was appearing as a commentator, disagreed with Eamonn. "The thing is, with Rachel Reeves, I mean, from day one, I thought she's either incredibly stupid and she does not understand economics or what the OBR has said, or she's lying. There can't be any other reason, all right, and I don't think she's a stupid woman, so I think she must be lying." Lying is a very strong word, but Rachel Reeves, when she was in opposition, accused everybody from the Downing Street cat literally upwards of being a liar. So she's used that word a lot, she pointed out. Viewers were flabbergasted by Holmes' stance and took to X to share their own thoughts on the issue. Claiming a black hole, when one of the first policies Labour decided when they got in was to hand over $13 billion to climate change initiatives. They caused most of the black hole, or have people forgotten this? One wrote, "He needs to go to Specsavers, get new glasses, and watch the interviews again." A second fumed. A third chimed in, "Sending the British people further into unnecessary debt is unforgivable." A fourth shared, "You are naive." A fifth penned, "A convincing liar. She will be so proud." Meanwhile, a sixth opined, "I love a politician's got a knack for looking sincere while telling porkies. Just because they've got a nice smile doesn't mean we should switch our brains off." The discussion came about as Nigel Farage called for an inquiry into Rachel Reeves's pre-budget claims to assess if the Chancellor misled the public over the nation's finances. The Reform UK leader urged the Prime Minister's independent standards advisor to look into potential breaches of the ministerial code after the Chancellor's claims in the lead-up to the budget about the nation's productivity. The ministerial code demands ministers give accurate and truthful information to Parliament, and are as open as possible with Parliament and the public. In his letter to Sir Laurie Magnus, who is the Prime Minister's independent advisor on Ministers' interests, Farage accused Ms. Reeves of a sustained and deliberate narrative advanced across multiple platforms, after the OBR forecasts were known to the Treasury, and in circumstances where the existence of fiscal headroom was not being disclosed to Parliament or to the public. Absolutely gross. Eamonn Holmes takes aim at growing number of obese Britons roaming the streets. Recent discourse about Ariana Grande's dramatic weight loss prompted discussion on GB News. A heated discussion erupted on GB News after Eamonn Holmes described the increasing prevalence of obese individuals as absolutely gross during a segment examining whether commenting on people's weight is acceptable. The People's Channel star made the remarks whilst discussing recent criticism directed at actress Ariana Grande's appearance during her Wicked promotional tour. "You just notice more and more people are gross. Absolutely gross," Eamonn stated on the program. He elaborated on his observations, saying, "Just a generality, if you go to a shopping mall, a sports event or sitting on an aeroplane." Despite his strong words about obesity, Eamonn acknowledged his own size, adding, "I know people regard me as big, believe me, I am slight compared to a lot of people out there." The debate emerged following public commentary about Ms. Grande's physique, with the 32-year-old performer facing intense scrutiny over her weight during recent promotional appearances for the musical film's sequel. Grande responded to the criticism by sharing a previous emotional interview on Instagram, accompanied by the message, "Resharing this from last year is a loving reminder to all." In the footage, recorded with co-star Cynthia Erivo, the actress discussed experiencing public examination of her appearance since her teenage years. "I've been doing this in front of the public, and been a specimen in a petri dish since I was 16 or 17, Grande revealed in the interview. She described such commentary as dangerous, and expressed discomfort with society's ease in discussing others' physical appearance. The singer addressed how weight-related remarks affect individuals regardless of their celebrity status, explaining that such comments create discomfort whether they occur at family gatherings or in the public eye. "It's something that is uncomfortable no matter what scale you're experiencing it on. Even if you go to Thanksgiving dinner, and someone's granny says, 'Oh my God, you look skinnier, what happened?' Or, 'You look heavier, what happened?'" Ms. Grande stated in the interview. She emphasized that whilst she had developed resilience to public scrutiny over the years, protecting oneself from such criticism remains challenging. The actress revealed she considers herself fortunate to have supportive people around her who remind her of her worth beyond physical appearance. Body positivity advocate Danielle Broadbent presented an opposing perspective during the GB News discussion, maintaining that weight-related remarks are never appropriate. People feel the need to criticize Ariana Grande, but she says she feels the best she has ever felt, so who are we to criticize? Ms. Broadbent questioned during the program. She firmly defended personal privacy regarding physical appearance, stating, "I think a person's body is private. Is not mine or your business to comment on it." Ms. Broadbent dismissed concerns about weight commentary, adding, "Crack on, because I don't think it's your business." Her stance directly contradicted Eamonn's earlier statements about obesity, instead advocating for complete abstention from discussing others' bodies regardless of their size or public profile. Fat Family's presenter Steve Miller offered a contrasting viewpoint, arguing that people should voice concerns about others' weight when necessary. People have the right to comment as they wish. I think it's essential people tell each other, especially if it's a loved one becoming too fat, Mr. Miller stated during the debate. He emphasized health considerations, noting, "There are incredible health risks if people become too fat." Mr. Miller suggested that social anxiety prevents necessary conversations, explaining, "We have that nervous feeling when we go to say, 'You're becoming a bit porky.' We should encourage people to let others know if they are becoming too fat." He advocated for balanced intervention, stating, "We have to apply common sense. If someone is becoming worryingly too thin, it needs addressing, the same goes if they are becoming too fat." Mr. Miller concluded, "People are too nervous to be called a fat shamer.